All right, everyone. Here we are with some more collective effort. We've got a new guest here today, someone who's going to show up and hopefully demonstrate the exhilarating play skill that we all possess and our ability to counteract the fantastic and ever so loved burn. So why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself there for us?
Well, hello everyone. My name is Scott. I am here today thanks very much due to John Baker. I have had the pleasure of knowing him for about a decade or so, and he has been my primary soundboard, I would guess, as far as bouncing ideas off of him, bouncing decks off of me, back and forth. So, no, happy to be here. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good time. We got a full house today, actually. Pretty exciting stuff. We got Freya, John, myself, and Scott all in the building, and we had a fun idea since Scott was in town for a little while to run through a burn gauntlet. So what you're gonna see today is a variety of decks that are, just kind of scattered from all over, running into burn in a couple of different ways, and just kind of seeing, what burn looks like right now, because it definitely is different. In addition to just, what decks can and can't compete with it. So
hope a good showing across the board with nobody's teeth kicked in on either side.
Well, we'll see about that. Speaking of teeth getting kicked in, this is one of Gabe Nassif's control lists, which typically don't have a lot of respect for red decks, so I did modify it ever so slightly. We're going to see if that helps or not. But yeah, so the way we get things kicked off here, Scott, is if you want to call odd or even, I'll let you call it since you're first, and then we'll both roll and
what did that up to?
Whatever the total is.
Perfect.
So what do you want, odd or even?
We'll say odd.
Odd? Let's see. 8.
Womp womp.
Sweet. I think I'm going to need that advantage. So I am going to be on the play to start. Like I said, blue-white. I guess technically there's a Raugrin Triome. There's, 2 or 3 red cards in the 75 total. But yeah. Oh boy. I think in the dark this is a totally fine keep. I don't love it for this matchup particularly, but I don't think I can mulligan this hand. So yeah, I'm going to try it.
Yeah, I think this is good. I think this is fine for this matchup. If I knew I was going into it playing against John's deck, I'd have to mulligan this because there's not interaction.
Yeah.
And if I let him just go 1, 2, 3, I'm out.
And you don't need that against me, right?
Yeah,
interaction, easy. Just interact with my face.
Exactly. I got my target board.
All right, Raugrin Triome, I'm going to pass.
I don't know, you're giving me that extra card draw? Ooh, spicy.
That's going to be the bolt that kills you.
Ooh,
I mean,
we're going to go 1 deep.
He's probably going to have extra bolts left over, let's be honest.
All right, let's see. Always like to start with some creatures, so we will play main phase 1, play a Sacred Foundry untapped and go to 18. Tap that for a red to play our Monastery Swiss Spear.
All right, I'm probably dead.
We'll play Mishra's Bauble to trigger the prowess,
cool.
and because I like to knowledge his power, I will look at the top card of yours, Super.
For folks at home.
That's a good one.
And then I will attack for 2.
Bring it. I'm at 18.
18 is a good number for both of us. I will end the turn and draw on your upkeep.
Yep. All right, yeah, okay. John didn't completely lie. That's good enough.
Right? He's a giver.
Play a Mystic Gate, and I'm going to pass.
Sounds good.
I have a feeling I'm going to do a lot of that, and that's all I'm going to be doing.
Untap, upkeep, draw for turn. Ooh. Ooh.
I don't like that. Don't say ooh.
Well,
Please don't say ooh.
I mean, one of the good things about this matchup is my life total, it doesn't matter. I could be at 20, I could be at 10. It's just the same for me.
That is fair.
But because even knowing what that draw was, this is still, I think, the correct play, even though it is playing into it a bit. I will play a second Sacred Foundry, go down to 16.
Yep.
Tap 1 red for another Monastery Swiss Bear.
All right, that one's going to give me a little bit of pause.
Obviously,
of course. Obviously, he knows we have the verdict. But the problem is, if we let this resolve, it's probably going to add up to minimum 3 damage by the time we can actually verdict it. And so I think we actually just need to counterspell that, because that's going to be a recurring source of damage. So it feels kind of weird, but that card on its own is going to deal more than a bolt anyway. So, yeah, I think I just have to.
Good decision, because we're then going to play another Monastery Swiss Bear.
Okay.
And attack for just 2.
Okay. All right. Go to 16.
Again, 16. Good number.
Yeah. Just keeping the same life totals, right? Nice and easy.
Yeah.
All right.
We'll just draw. Go down to 0 at the same time.
I'm gonna just go Island Pass.
Sounds good.
Let's see
Untap,
how
upkeep,
this breaks
draw
out
for
for
turn.
us.
I will play a Sunbake Canyon.
Mm-hmm.
So Michael, what do you? Innistrad Midnight Hunt's got some couple of spicy numbers.
Yep.
You briefly mentioned Sunset Celebration or Sunset Festival or
Yeah, whatever the new timely is.
baby
Yes.
timely reinforcements.
Yeah.
What's your opinion on baby timely reinforcements?
I think it has the same job that Timely does. I don't think it does anything uniquely different. I think it does everything to a very lesser degree outside of drawing a card, which is obviously great. So it feels to me like a great blue-white control card for sideboards or in certain metas, potentially a 1 or 2 of in the main deck, and that's about it.
Mm-hmm.
As far as talking about Modern. For Pioneer, it's probably like a solid 2 or 3 of in a blue-white control deck. And I'm going to be honest, I'm not brushed up on my standards, so I couldn't tell you what that implication is there. But
Well, and with a new rotation,
yeah, that's fair.
pretty much everyone's vote.
No one really knows.
No.
But, yeah, I mean, I think it's a strong card, but I'm not, pre-ordering 30 of them and hoping to sell them at $6 a piece kind of thing. So,
Right.
yeah. Seems solid, though, for sure.
It seems like definitely a good in Modern, where everything seems to be streamlined to aggro the format faster and faster.
Correct.
Being able to have a turn 2 stumbling block into a potential turn 3 from my side of the board seems very difficult to keep jumping those hurdles.
If I could play a bunch in this matchup, I definitely would. I'll say that much.
Very.
All right, what's coming at my face?
We will start with a Lava Spike for 3 and triggering 2 prowess.
Okay.
So
Dropped 13.
right here, I think I have 2 options available. I know he's got the Verdict coming, so I do want to get the most benefit out of these Swift Spears as much as possible, but I also know that for him to take that line, he does have to tap out next turn, which could provide me a bit of a window. So I think that, at least in game 1, I know this game is going to try and go as fast. I want this game to end as fast as possible, but because I do have to account for wraths and things, I do try to take a little bit more of a slower approach if possible. So I'm going to just go to declare attackers and swing for 4.
All right, 4 blocks.
Sure.
I'm going to cycle a Shark Typhoon for 1.
Perfect.
Draw a card for the Typhoon. All right, go to blocks.
Yep.
I'm going to just chump one of these.
Sounds good.
I think with that Verdict in my hand, the goal is just manage my life as best as I can to get there. So,
Yep.
I'll take the 2. Drop to 11, I believe. Right, John?
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yep.
Cool.
And then I'm done for the turn.
All right. So this feels like a Boros Charm to me. If that is a Boros Charm, I guess the interesting part would be what Scott decides to do with it, with the 4 damage or the indestructible mode, which one being more relevant. And I'll be honest, if I cast a Supreme Verdict and his response is make indestructible, I'm horrified, because it has to mean the other 2 cards are also good burn spells to make the indestructible be worth more damage. Regardless, I think we just have to do this. So I'm going to fetch, go to 10, I'm going to get a basic, and I am going to cast that Supreme Verdict.
And yeah, as it was signposted, yep, I am going to take a pain from the Sunbake to cast white and a red for the Boros Charm to give them indestructible here.
It's so much worse.
So,
Okay.
nice uncountable sweep up.
Yeah, can't be countered. Can't be countered, right? All right. Yeah, I guess I just pass then. That really stinks because it means that my follow-up play that I wanted to make is just not going to be good enough. Go ahead.
And untap, upkeep, draw, and yeah, here we're just. What's your life total?
I'm at 10.
Okay.
That's the worst question to be asked.
I just gotta avoid a. I don't know. You said it was Gabriel Nassif's?
It is. Yep.
I do not know his list, but I just have to hope there is no pact of not negation.
Force
of
of
negation. Thank you.
Okay.
Tap a red for a lava spike to get to prowess,
Okay.
and then skull crack for another 3, and hope it gets there.
All right. So that will happen. The skull crack will happen.
So then
In response,
Yeah.
actually, I'll respond to the prowess trigger, I
Sure.
suppose, since you're empty-handed.
Right.
I'm gonna evoke a Solitude, pitching another Supreme Verdict, and I'm gonna axe one of these homies for 2.
Perfect.
So you'll gain 2 life. This will leave. All right, prowess happens. This goes up to 3.
Okay.
Michael, just a question.
Yes.
Would there have been any thought to letting the Skullcrack resolve so Scott would not have gained life?
Sure. I mean,
Again,
I don't think
my
this life total matters, but yeah, sure. You're right. Yeah, that's a line. All right, and then attack for 3 and put me to 1.
Yep.
Awesome.
And
did you take 1 from the Sunbait Canyon?
yes,
well?
I take 1 from the Sunbait Canyon.
Gotcha. So we got 16 to 1, huh?
Right. Yes, I get that.
Okay. All right. That means I'm not dead, so I'm gonna pass. I have a feeling I'm dead, just not technically dead. I'm gonna find out.
Yeah, these sunbakes are just added value here, so hopefully we find something to do. Let's see. 4 mana up. How many cards in hand?
2.
2 cards.
2 cards.
4 mana, so... Okay. Again, I think right now, with him being at 1 life, my goal is to push the advantage and just keep forcing him to have it.
Yep.
I'll tap the Sacred Foundry and a Sunbaked Canyon, poking me for 1. I'm going to dash a Ragavan.
Okay. So I have 2 options here, and I think that this one will end up being the best, so sure.
As far as things that I am... Yeah, and then...
Before comment.
Sure.
I'm going to Archmage's Charm, steal the Monastery Swift Spear.
Sounds good.
So this way, Scott has now invested his mana. He can now decide if we want to trade or not, and if he doesn't want to trade and just wants to keep it in hand, I now at least have this permanent in play to, hopefully neutralize the Ragavan. By the way, stealing a dashed Ragavan, for anyone who does not know, is not a good time. Don't do it.
Yep. Yeah, I would have liked him back. But I get it. I get why he did it. It was the better play. So right here, I think, knowing that it's going to go back to my hand anyway, and it's going to invest more mana in my next turn to try and dash it in. I have no expectation that you're going to be attacking with my Swift Spear, because I'm still very high. So I think for me, especially with you're at 1, even a Swift Spear is a lethal hasty threat next turn. I think I actually want to offer this trade to get a blocker off of the board.
Yeah.
Now it does get rid of my Ragavan, but again, the only way I'm swinging through the Ragavan on the next turn is if I get a removal spell for the Swift Spear, which I would just throw at your face anyway, or at least try to.
Yep.
So yeah, I'll make that trade.
All right, I'm gonna choose not to die.
All right, good.
Anything
See if
else?
it works out. Yep. No, you're good, and I'll end the turn.
Let me rephrase. I'm gonna choose not to die. Yet.
Yes.
All right, so this draw. Oh boy, that's actually really awkward. And with me being at 1, that really stinks. Freya, I'm going to show you. So, I drew a card that I would like to cast in my main phase right now, that I would like to do something with to potentially shut Scott off of something, but unfortunately, because this is my other card, I don't think that I can. Bummer. Yeah, I guess I just have to say go, which stinks.
End of your turn, I'm going to crack my Sunbake to try and draw some fuel.
Yep.
To draw a card.
Hopefully not fuel, but yeah, I feel you.
Untap, upkeep, draw for turn. Well, it isn't fuel.
Fortunately, you have fuel sitting in your corner, just waiting to be bought.
Exactly. Yeah, and I think that is probably definitely the most active play I can do. So I will take a pain to add Luris to my hand.
Okay.
And then I will play an Arid Mesa tapped.
Inspiring.
Sorry,
Yeah,
Inspiring Vantage.
It's like Arid Mesa tapped. That is a new one.
Next level.
Okay. All right. I just have to take a draw step here. Man. Another one that's just really awkward with my hand, and I don't think we can afford to do anything with. So yeah, I'll just pass.
All right. Untap, upkeep, draw for turn. 3 cards in hand.
3.
Sounds like it was a good one.
Oh, you know it. Nothing screams advantage.
Nothing screams, I'm going to win the game quite like frustrated.
In size. Yeah.
Well, he is at 14 and I am at 1. So the good news is...
I just have to cross that finish line. Ugh. Now, he knows he's got 3 cards in hand. He knows I've got the Luris. I have the mana to cast the Luris, but I really don't want to. Because he's my baby, and I expect bad things to happen.
I wouldn't do that to your sweet little cat.
His name's Mortimer. So I am instead going to tap the Inspiring Vantage, sacrifice the Sunbake to draw a card.
Yep.
I will play an Arid Mesa.
Sick.
An actual Arid Mesa. Thank you.
Untapped as well.
Untapped. Yes, I was thinking of just playing something that was not valid and thought, no, that's probably not worth it. And then I will go to end the turn.
Okay. Draw. Okay, so that makes no difference now. Alright, so we found another basic, so we at least have another land. This just doesn't really do what I wanted to earlier. So the card that I drew earlier that I was talking about was awkward was Spreading Seas, and I wanted to Spreading Seas Scott off of his tapped Sunbait Canyon, but could not tap below 4 mana. Don't read into that, Scott.
No,
but,
of course
not. Could not tap below 4 mana. So I'm going to just go for one of the Sacred Foundries for now. Spreading Seas, and I will...
Yep, it resolves.
Yep, draw a card. And I'm going to pass the turn again, suspiciously.
4 mana.
Hoping that I am still alive.
Well, as far as suspicious plays, I'm not going to crack this Arid Mesa.
Yeah, we're not going to read into any of that. Yep.
Yeah. Tap, upkeep, draw.
I don't know how it's possible for me to close this game out. I feel like I'm going to die anytime I tap more than 2 mana. And I might die anytime I tap mana. Might just be what happens.
That was not a great draw.
A lot of next level plays going around here.
Oh, it's
Scott's
just...
playing around Collected Company and Shadow of Doubt.
Yeah.
Y'all laughed at me.
He's got me pegged. I've got the quick and timely reinforcements that he's playing around too.
I'm going to play an Inspiring Vantage tapped.
All right.
And then pass the turn.
Well, that's rude. Untap. Upkeep. Draw.
I was just really worried about that Shadow Man.
Yeah, I bet.
That's the next level
All
play.
right. I'm going to play a castle.
Okay.
All right. I'm going to see if we can slow things down.
That resolves.
All right. Well, I don't know if that's good or bad for me, but we're going to find out. I'm going to just... I'm going to bounce nothing. I don't think bouncing my Spreading Seas does anything here, so I just need another card.
It gives me mana. That's a friendly thing. Just saying.
Go ahead.
I am going to crack the Arid Mesa this time.
Okay, I can't Shadow a Doubt yet.
Because somebody took my Sacred Foundry. I'd like
Scott with a hard call out.
Bitter? Who's bitter? I'm not bitter.
What do we got now? 13 is what Scott said?
Yeah,
That's quite a ways to go.
I mean, it's infinitely closer than the 16 it was earlier.
Yeah. Small miracles. You'll get that.
Yeah, I mean, okay. We're approaching infinite anyway. Like, I think 13 is close to infinite, so 16 is also close to infinite, but, I mean, we'll see.
Yep. I am out of Sacred Foundries.
Sick. All I need is all the rest of my Spreading Seas and Scott to never to draw a non-white card, and I'll be totally fine.
Ooh.
That's the plan.
Check those boxes.
That's the plan.
All right. Untap, upkeep, draw for turn. That doesn't change my plan.
Okay.
So, for untapped mana in a control deck, must be nothing.
Collected.
Well, thankfully, this Spreading Seas at least still taps for mana, even though it's not the one I want. I'll tack a Sacred Foundry, Inspiring Vantage for 2 white, and a blue. Don't get to do that much. For this not perfectly safe Luris.
Alright, so let's see what we got hanging out in the yard here real quick. So we got some creatures.
There are some tasty victuals.
So it could be a Swiftspear, a Ragavan, or a Babel. I think the problem is we're dead to, like, everything. So I think we actually just, like, kind of have to let that resolve, unfortunately. So, yeah, you've got yourself a Lurrus. That resolves.
I am going to... How many cards in hand?
3. 3 cards.
3 cards. So I could... There's 2 different lines, and it's either go for the win or go for the I expect him to have a counter/answer. So it's either, you know, the one that would make the most sense would be to just play the Swiss Spear because that's the most mana efficient because 2 damage or 1 damage at 1 life. It's the same. However, I am definitely expecting some form of interaction out of that hand. So I think the safe play is to try to cast the Bauble.
Okay, that'll resolve.
I will Bauble targeting you.
Ciao. For the friends at home.
Okay, that is a card.
For the fans.
For the fan. For the band. I will then go to end of my turn.
Okay.
And draw on your upkeep.
You draw. Yeah. Oh, that's okay. That's actually a pretty good.
It's a card. Yeah.
Yeah,
it
that's
does
pretty
things.
good.
It does things.
So I'm going to plus this, and I guess I'll just do this now. Yeah. I'm just gonna do this.
Perfect.
Blue, red, white.
Got it.
White, red, blue. Yeah.
Perfect. All right. Lurrus is exiled.
Go ahead.
All right. We will untap, upkeep, draw.
At least having this Teferi in play means that Scott can't get, like, too tricky with me. The problem is, like, all of his cards do the same thing, so it doesn't matter if they're at instant or sorcery speed.
Yeah.
They'll just, like, all do the thing.
And definitely being at 1 life does allow me a position to just start throwing things at the wall, and I just need any of them to hit.
Yeah.
We'll crack the Bloodstained Mire.
Closer. Closer.
You know, we're
Closer.
joking, but you're creeping. You're creeping closer.
We're close.
But wait, there's more.
Michael, I'm telling you, that 2 life you let him gain is gonna get you.
It's gonna get me. I'm still in double digits.
I would feel so happy if he was at 10 instead of 12 right now. My position would be so strong.
All right, so we are going to start with a
Okay, start with something is
Swift
fortifying.
Spear.
Okay, that one can resolve.
We are then going to pay 2 and dash a Ragavan.
That one can also resolve.
Okay. I'm then going to go to the start of combat.
I'm gonna tap your team and draw a card.
Sounds good. And let's hope he doesn't have force, because I'm going to tap 3 and skewer target you.
But that's rude, because I don't have 3 life to pay, so I guess I'm dead.
Ugh, good game.
Good game. Alright, we're gonna move it along here, get to the sideboarded game, and we'll see if that plays out the same or not. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and get it started. So this is what I got going on. I'm taking out cards that are either A, slow and clunky, or B, don't affect the board. And most of them are actually A and B. Congratulations, they're both. So these are 4 mana. Alright, just making sure no one got shot. These are 4 mana, do almost nothings. As you saw in that game, Cryptic Command was, like, horrendous. Having to tap 4 mana to do anything is, like, the worst thing I can do. Tapping 2 mana on my main phase to potentially cut Scott off of 1 white mana is just not going to do anything. So these cards are all pretty bad, and these are all fine. Timely's, like, the best card in the matchup. I would love to have 4 Snapcaster Mages to buy those back, but I have 0, so that's fun. Purge isn't fantastic, but in, like, a Monkey DRC build, it's better than against normal burn. And then all these are just counter spells that care about things I care about. So, yep, just kind of bring in good cards, cut out the bad cards, right? That's the idea.
Mine is a lot more grasping at straws. My sideboard really doesn't have much control stuff at the moment. the other things that are pretty much it was Searing Blaze is awful in this matchup. Is there anything that has a potential off chance of being marginally better? Mm-hmm. And the Soul Guides for either A, if I get to a point where I could very low likelihood be cycling them with Luris if I don't have a bubble, is maybe some upside. The smashes really are against as a hedge that I have seen control. Not knowing the 75, that I have seen some control shells running even mainboard chalices nowadays because they don't really run 1-drops, and you can turn 2, play a chalice on 1, and pretty much hate out a large number of decks. But since in game 1 I didn't see any, I'm not inclined. There's nothing worse that I've got in the main that makes me think I need the full 4 smash that I run in the board.
Good call.
So there is a very high potential for it to be, dead draw.
Yep.
But if he finds it, I'm in trouble.
Yep.
And I need to dig for it, which is probably already going to put me in a bad place if I'm just burning turn after turn after turn, letting you set up. But it's what I'm going to have to do.
Yep.
So not always a rough one on the draw.
But it does have some upside. Like it is. Yeah. Having the upside of having the out is nice, especially if you don't know for sure. Because it always sucks to have a permanent into play that you think, I have answers for that in my sideboard, and I didn't bring those in.
Oh.
But I guess I just lose now, right?
And it's just burning a hole in your deck box because you're like, I know it's right there.
Yep. So, yeah, I think that's smart. Just take the hedge. Like, I don't know. Maybe if you don't see anything, you can, debate going down to 1. But I even feel like having less than 1 would be sad because then, game 2, let's say you don't see a chalice, and then you pick them all out, and then game 3 I hit one, and you're like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's tough.
Yeah, and my experience with control, and again, it's actually been a while since I've seen control, but that really, even as the burn player, wait, 1, 2, 3, 4. Thank you for the new sleeves. Always fun.
Yeah, right?
So you were saying?
That, if I try and... There's always going to be a tipping point in this matchup that takes a while, at least in my experience, to get familiar with, as far as that I want to be really aggressive at the start, but eventually we're going to get to a point where I'm top decking, and it's top deck 1-for-1 stuff, that if I try to force that through, I will lose.
Yeah.
That what I end up having to do is, even if I'm drawing burn spells, have to be sandbag it, where I've got 4, 5, 6, 7 burn spells, because then the pinch point is how much mana do you have?
If you get 7 burn spells at turn 15 in this game, I'm really glad we're gonna get that on film.
I'd like to, because
I'm only getting to 5. I don't think we're gonna go that far.
I mean, I have had so many games of, because it always ends up being with my opponent at 8 life, and they've got 5 mana on the board, and I'm at 2 cards, so I just have to be I know there's no way a 5-card control hand, and I've got a skewer tapping 3 at sorcery speed. That's not hitting.
Yeah.
That it really has to be
resolve.
End of your turn. Try to bolt. No. Try to charm. No. Try to skullcrack. No.
Yep.
Fine. Let me get my mana back.
Yep. Let's try it again.
And just try to thread through.
Yep.
Now.
Well.
Sorry.
No, you're good. Go ahead. Finish what you were saying.
Of course, if I give you that time and you get the timely off, womp womp.
Yeah, but that's why Skullcrack's so great, right? Because it lets you
Exactly.
do exactly that and then still counteract what's happening. That being said, just super quick to chat about what's going on here. I opened a 6-land, 1 prismatic ending hand into a double timely reinforcement 1 land hand. So we're gonna. All right, we're gonna lose this game, but it's gonna be fun. Okay, we're just gonna let it happen.
You have very different definitions of what fun.
And
we'll
on
see.
my side of things, I just want to start connecting with some of these guys. That this is not a very targeted burn hand, but it is one that hopefully will get there with some ground pressure.
Fair enough. I think I just have to put both these back. They just are so slow. Alright, I'm going to play an island pass.
Sounds good. I'll untap, upkeep, draw for turn. I will pay a mountain and monkey time.
Okay.
Ragavan. Pass turn.
Go.
Untap, upkeep, draw for turn. I will play a Sunbaked Canyon.
Yep.
Let's.
That's what you're seeing, right? Alright, cool.
Oh, Hanson. Miss you. We'll just swing in with the monkey.
Ow.
All right, monkey
Trigger.
connects. Ooh,
Yeah, you cast that Flooded Strand that you can't cast.
you know it, and I'll get that big old treasure.
Yep.
Main phase 2, I'm going to try to cast a Dragon Rage Channeler.
Okay.
Perfect. I will then take a pain from the Sunbaked Canyon to cast a Dragon Rage Channeler.
Okay.
And then I will 2 mana crack my treasure
Okay.
to cast a
Dragon
Rage Channeler.
Oh my lord.
And I'm going to put an
Okay.
stop on my upkeep.
Gotcha. I'm gonna cycle this.
Sounds good.
Just to draw a card. Okay.
Avenge your
Okay.
fallen comrades.
Oh lord.
Come on, no turn 4 verdict.
Go.
Untap, upkeep.
Yeah.
I will cast a lightning bolt on you and 3 triggers.
Yeah.
All right, so
Yeah. It
lightning
happens.
bolt on the stack. Trigger
15.
1, land. Trigger 2. Do I want that? Yes. So trigger 2.
Keep.
I'm gonna keep it. Trigger 3. Gonna keep it.
Okay.
Lightning bolt.
Short.
Go to main phase 1.
Yep,
I'm
yep.
gonna play
Draw.
a.
Pretty sure
Yeah.
you're
Oh,
supposed to
sorry.
do draw phase first.
Right, I forgot. I needed to draw that card. I'm so bad at this thing.
It's okay. Miko just does it automatically.
It does. You know, that's what happened. I put the I put the stop at the upkeep. I didn't put a stop at the draw to draw the card.
Yeah, that's the problem.
I'd like to do this, but boy, does it feel like I'm playing into a wrath. I'm going to take a pain to cast a Skewer the Critics targeting you with 3 triggers.
Yeah, triggers happen.
Cool. So at the moment, I've got land and instant. I want this, but I also really want these to flip. So I'm going to mill 1 Boros Charm. Trigger number 2. Mill a Skullcrack. Come on, give me something. Give me something. Mill a. Well, I really want this. And also because since it isn't going to change the Dragon's Rage Chandlers being on, there's no benefit to putting it in the bin. So I will keep that one on top.
Okay.
And then we have Skewer.
Okay. So I don't know what I'm supposed to do. I have a lot of choices. I'm at 15 right now. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, plus this pending 3. So an 8, which would put me to 7. So I can do that and that. Take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then be stuck in this same spot again. But I think that might be our best route to victory here. 2, 3, 4, 5. Scott's all... Well, he hasn't played a land yet, but he's tapped through both of his mana. So I think what I need to do...
If you cast Quench, I'm going...
I think... so that's fine. That can resolve.
Okay.
And actually, I think I'm supposed to do this in response, just in case Scott's last 2 cards are exactly land, 1-drop burn spell. So I'm actually going to take one of the DRCs in response to this, so that you won't get a chance to get another Surveil off.
Got it.
So, steal one of those.
Okay. And then...
And then, yep.
What's
that
your
happens.
life total now with the Skewer?
I will go to 12 after that resolves.
Okay. So...
Well, now what?
Yeah, now I'm in a spot because, well, we'll play my land for turn.
Come on, Sky. give us the play-by-play.
Well, I know
what
what.
are you thinking?
Well, since I know what's on, since I know what's on top, I know it is not something. Again, similar to the problem of last game, he's got one of my blockers that I can't imagine him ever attacking with. He is going to jump in front of the biggest bullet he can. So this is probably going to be a hit. Block your Ragavan, take 2. The biggest worry then afterwards would be that he goes land 4, Wrath the board. Bad spot. Feel bads. However, knowing what's on the top of my deck, that it is not interaction for said channeler, there's no benefit in taking off a turn, because I don't expect good things to happen if I let him untap, play a land, and have 4 mana. As far as anything I want to do happening, I expect everything from here on out to run into some level of disruption. So I think right now I have to accept that Ragavan's going to die. I'm going to hopefully poke in for 2 and then try and fade a Wrath. That's kind of my thought. So we're going to swing out for 4.
So this is actually interesting as far as what I want to trade with. These DRCs are very close to Delirious, so not knowing what Scott has going on, I'm really inclined to want to trade with one of these because I have other things that I can do, and I'll just put it that way. So I think I'm actually going to trade with one of the Channelers since it's taking 1 more point of damage, which is relevant, putting me to a multiple of 3, but I don't think the card that Scott gets is going to be very relevant, so it's just a matter of can I give him 1 treasure? Because, I mean, it's a blue-white control deck. What's he going to rip off the top? Like a Teferi that he can't cast? So, yeah, I think I'm just going to trade with one of the DRCs so I can prevent Delirious shenanigans. Take 3.
Which then turns Delirium on after damage for this one.
So I'll take 3. You get a trigger.
More land.
Yep.
I'll get 1 nice treasure. And pass the turn.
Tap. Draw. Oh, that's fantastic now. That card would have been great a long time ago. It's probably past its time, so I'm just going to go ahead and pass the turn.
Okay. I will untap, upkeep, draw for turn.
In your draw step. Sorry, what's that? In your draw step,
Okay.
I'm going to steal your Dragon's Rage's Channeler.
Huh.
Which is the reason why I was okay with letting this Delirium happen, because I knew that it wasn't going to connect an additional time, and what this does is now puts another potential, trade on the board. So
yeah. What in your life is at?
I'm at 9.
9.
Yep.
Okay.
And the reason for me doing this during draw step is if I do this during upkeep and Scott fires something off in response, he can then manipulate the top of his deck, which he knows is there. But me taking this might potentially change what he actually wants to draw. So that's why I waited till draw step.
Yeah, I think I have nothing, so it resolves.
Cool.
And now it is back to being a 1/1.
Yep.
So, options.
I have 3 cards in hand, and you have 2, correct?
Correct.
Gotcha. So what do we got going on?
Got some thoughts again. As same thing as the last time. What am I willing to? How much am I willing to let you block my own creatures with my own creatures? And again, this time it's a little more. There's less option as far as what he's going to block. If I attack, he's going to chump with the DRC. I think I am in a point where I just want to put the pressure on as much as I can here, especially with 2 potential redraws in these Sunbakeds. So I think what I'm going to do is to tap a mountain, play a Monastery Swiftspear, and then... 9, 8, 7. I'm going to attack and see where he goes to block.
Yeah, because mine's just a 2/2, sadly, I am just... Or a 1/1, sorry. I am just going to hop here because I don't think that chump blocking a Swift Spear is very good. So
Agreed.
try to trade there.
Okay.
Go to potentially take 1 damage.
So right now I know I'm going to cast this Boros Charm. The question is what I want to do with it. And I know he missed a land drop last turn. You have 3 cards in hand? 3.
Yep.
Right. It's really a matter of, do I think one of those 3 plus in the 3 cards he's got in hand and the one on top of his deck, is it going to be Land Verdict? If it is, then this, and that's kind of where this is, trying to hedge the bet. That if it is Land Verdict, definitely Boros Charm throwing this upstairs is the best plan, because then it drops him to 4, which then means 1 more Boros Charm closes it. I think I would rather take the ups, but I think right here I'm going to rather give them Indestructible and take that chance, just because I've got the 2 redraws, and it still drops him to 7, which, you know,
So how are you?
still matters.
Are you
So
choosing
I'm
to
going
use a
to
treasure or the
no,
life?
I'm going to take 2 life from my Sunbakes to cast the Boros Charm.
Michael is at 9. It would
I am
drop
at
him
9.
to 10.
It would drop him to 7. If I right now it would drop him to 7 by doing the prowess, because I'm casting for Indestructible. He's not blocking the Monastery Swiftspear.
Yeah, he's saying if he
Oh,
he
yeah,
does that.
no, like,
Yep.
if you just...
If I just threw it at him, yeah, it would drop him to 4.
We can sit here and debate. It doesn't matter. I'm gonna force negation.
Oh, okay. Then it doesn't matter.
And
Okay.
yeah, we're just gonna do that.
Okay.
So
So that gets exiled. Monkey dies. Channeler dies.
I will
you take
take
2.
Yep.
Perfect.
Apologies, but I wanted
Sorry.
to let that play out so that way you could make your
drop him
decision
to
before I
3.
would let you know. But
He's at 9.
yep.
He's at 9.
Full
I'll
plus
take
6.
4,
Right,
5,
yes,
6.
yes, yes, yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then my turn.
Yep.
Yeah, sorry.
No, yeah.
Okay. It's pretty decent, I guess. I'm gonna float a white. So I'll have a white floating still. I'm gonna prismatic ending this.
Sure.
So white floating. I'm gonna chalice for 1.
Sounds good.
And I'm gonna go ahead and pass. Scott's still got some stuff left that he can do, but fortunately, most of the graveyard is filled with 1-drops.
I don't think I've hit a bauble yet.
Correct. So Lurrus, although it's a great card, is not currently the worst thing that could happen to me. So yeah, I'll go ahead and pass.
Untap, upkeep, draw for turn. Let's crack a Sunbaked to draw a card. Play an Inspiring Vantage.
But it comes in untapped now.
I know. The synergy.
But you just had 3 lands. I don't get it.
Mind blown.
Anything
I
else?
could crack it to try and draw a 1-drop, but there's no point. So, yeah, I will untap and... Sorry, end the turn, and you're good to go.
Draw. I'm gonna pass.
Cool. This time I am going to crack it, though.
Yep, seems good. Seems
End of
good.
turn to draw a card. That is a card. Untap, upkeep, draw for turn.
So, Michael, this has been kind of a bit of a hot topic in our Discord. And maybe you'd
Yep.
like to share it with the viewers.
Yeah.
Do you think the spell Fateful Absence is modern playable?
Modern playable or good in modern, I think, are 2 different things. Is it modern playable? Yeah. Like, you can put it in a deck, and there are going to be times where you're going to think it's fine, and that's okay. But if I'm playing blue-white control, and I am trying to optimize and win the most games possible, I'm not going to put it in my deck until I've already exhausted all the Path to Exiles and the prismatic endings that I can. Or, if I feel like I need to play 4 Chalice, then I'm just going to go up to, like, 4 Verdicts. So, it's fine. It'll show up some places in sideboards and places that, like, you know, maybe prismatic isn't the best or something, but yeah, that's kind of my thought. It's alright.
Well,
And
Yes, Scott.
I will admit, I'm actually borrowing these from John right now because I can't find any. Dashing a Ragavan still gets countered, correct?
Does.
Because it's CMC is still
Correct.
That's what I thought.
Trey,
Yeah.
you had an opinion about Fated Absence?
yeah, so, like, I'm going to be playing it in Dredge, because we're already playing white for Thrilling Discovery, and it's just a less restrictive, what's it called, Abrupt Decay. It kills Rest in Peace, it kills Ley Lines, it kills any other problematic card.
Fateful Absence only hits
Creature-
creatures.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, never mind then. I really need to start actually reading cards.
I'm just going to buy my
Yeah,
Lurrus.
seems good.
Ignore me,
Anything
please.
else?
No, I am good. You are
I'm
good to
gonna
go.
cycle my shark for 1. Rar, you better be scared. Draw a card for that.
Well, I have taken some damage, so...
We're gonna get there.
Where's my 2 life?
Play land. I'm gonna attack for 1 because you can't play any hasty creatures that will resolve. And I'm gonna pass to you.
Should have been running my Chalice. Sorry, not my Chalice, my Cavern. What was I doing?
That would be sick. I'm gonna cast this Ragavan, and it resolves.
So, I don't like I don't like having to try and cast my Lurrus. He's only got one card in hand, but I have nothing else to do.
Yep.
So yeah, I'm going to hopefully make this happen, but probably eat a counter, tap 3 to cast a Lurrus.
Yeah, that resolves.
Okay, and I have, I will. So I am gonna play the mountain. I know it is of no benefit right now, but since I took out the Searing Blazes, I have nothing with landfall, so it doesn't matter later.
Fair enough.
All right, end the turn.
I think I am going to fetch and go to 6, even though this is 2 burn spells, because with all the 1-drops locked off, 7 is effectively the same as 6, because they have to involve... Well, I guess they don't have to involve. It could be like 2 smashes or skull cracks, but it's most likely to end up involving a Boros Charm at some point, which is effectively the same. And I'm probably going to end up being stuck blocking this Lurrus this next turn regardless, so just going to see if we can rip a good one off the top.
No maybes, no maybes, no maybes.
Okay, that's far from a good one. I'm going to go ahead and play this Lance.
Alright.
And I think I just have to pass. I'm down to 6, by the way, John.
I'm going to untap, upkeep, draw for turn.
Oh,
Alright.
also, I'm going to... Sorry, I apologize.
Yeah,
I forget my deck has a Triome in it, so I'm just going to grab that instead of this
Yeah,
from
of
that
course.
last turn.
Yeah, in case you get a prismatic ending. then
Yeah,
you can
yeah.
Find it. Well, you know, they always say real estate's the one thing that's good to invest in because they're not making more of it. I will play more land.
Fair enough.
Not the haunting kind, though. Tough crowd. Okay, wow.
I was snickering.
And then I'll swing for 3 with Lurrus. I have 2 cards in hand.
Yeah, I think... So, if I take this and drop to 3, this will put me to 2. I'll be dead to any 2-mana spell anyway. Yikes. Yeah, I think I'm just going to chump block. I need to just stay alive as long as I can. So, you can go ahead and gain your life.
Ooh, that's going to matter.
Alright, anything else?
I'm good. You're good.
Alright, I'm going to crack this time, go to 5. 6 is... Or 5 is effectively 6 now. I don't believe you're running any 2-mana shocks like Bone Crusher Giants.
So I just made a misplay. Should have played the Sunbaked and cracked it to draw a card. Instead of playing another Inspiring.
You have a Sunbake Cannon in your hand?
No, I have him in the graveyard.
Oh,
With
you,
Lurrus.
you cannot play lands with Lurrus.
Is it...
No,
Yeah.
Permanent spell.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
sorry. Yeah,
spell,
yeah,
yep.
yeah.
It's like, oh boy. Card's already cracked.
All about learning here on Collective
Draw.
Effort.
Yep.
Okay, alright. Okay, of all the things that I could have drawn, this is far from the worst. So, I'm going to go ahead and filter to make some mana to cast this to Fairy.
Sounds good.
We're going to bounce this back to your hand.
He's bounced.
I'm going to draw a card. Okay. Alright, we're doing some things. I'm going to go ahead and pass.
All right. Tap, upkeep, and draw for turn. I am going to recast Lurrus.
Surprise, it resolves.
And you have 2 in hand.
Dose.
Wunderbar. Pass the turn.
Alright. Untap. Draw. That's funny. I'm going to plus this, and I'm going to pass to you.
Okay. I will untap, upkeep, draw for turn. Play more land.
Yep.
I am going to attack you for 3.
I'm going to hardcast a Solitude,
Okay.
and I'm going to get your Lurrus with it.
Yeah.
You're going to gain yourself some 3 life, go back up to 21.
Well, so I think this is going to be where the game slips away, because I don't have a way to... There is nothing in the deck that will interact with that Solitude that isn't a 1-mana spell.
Do we want to talk more about Cavern Missiles and Birds?
Yeah, I mean, it really would have come up now. So, yeah, I think it is a valuable thought. So, the only thought that I...
The only thought that you're thinking.
Yeah, the only thought that I'm thinking... Well, it's just trying to see if it's worth... it might just... I think it's just worth conceding here. So I could skull, because since with Teferi I can't cast the instance, I have the Skull Crack to stop you from gaining the life next turn, but I can't
Correct.
cast it. So I can drop you to 3 right here, but then you're going to go back. Sorry, back to 2 right here. But I'm
going to gain a life again.
Exactly, and I can't cast the other spells with the Chalice. You'll go right back up.
Cool.
So yeah, I think we can keep playing it if we want to just keep showing things.
Sure, we'll do that then real quick. I think I'll probably get this next turn, and then we might wrap it up.
You got it.
I got some good stuff. So I'm going to go to 2 from the Skull Crap. I draw a card. That's funny. I'm going to attack.
Take it.
Put myself back to 5. I'm going to plus this, and I'm going to play with my hand revealed. And we're going to see if Scott wants to keep playing.
No, I do not.
All right.
I am very good, sir.
Fair enough.
One slight change I'm making before we go game 3.
You're boarding these out because you don't want to play them, right?
I really don't want them. I don't think they're that good. I have, again, facing an unknown number of Chalice, it doesn't matter. 1 is too many.
Yeah.
I accept that there is probably going to be times where they're dead draws. That's okay.
Cool.
Because they are really that Chalice just shuts me down so much. Like right there. That would have been able to cross that line without the Chalice.
Correct.
So just the Soul Guides, I'd be more inclined to bring them in, to keep them in if there had been any semblance of graveyard hate seen in this match.
Yep.
Sorry, of graveyard importance. Right.
Yep.
Like having Snapcasters, having
anything that's coming from the yard. Yeah. The
Or
new draw spell or something. Who knows?
Right. There'd be some upside, but at the moment, it looks like it's just going to be a more Bishop's Bauble draws.
Yeah.
But then they cost mana.
Yeah. You don't want that. You want them to be free.
And more things that get hit by, and it's just something else that gets hit by Chalice for 1.
That is true. Yeah, you don't want to play into that if you can avoid it.
Yeah. And so that's actually one thing that does concern me about this most recent list that I've been playing with, is that having 12 1-drop creatures is really good for being aggressive, but boy howdy do I play hard into Chalice on 1.
Yeah. You're on the play, by the way, correct?
Yes, I am on the play.
Just double checking.
And I will keep this.
This hand's... It might be fine. We're going to see. We'll keep. I think we're going to end up losing. If Scott's got a really good draw, there's not much we can do. So we're just going to see how it goes.
All right. I'm going to crack a Bloodstained Mire.
Yep.
We will help you out a bit and go to 17.
Sick. I'm winning.
You are.
For now. Which 1-drop creature am I facing off against, Scott?
Monkey time.
All right, it's monkey time. That's scary.
And I'll pass the turn.
Don't love monkey time, not gonna lie. I'm gonna play a fetch land and pass.
Is that like the new prime time?
Yeah, basically, right?
I mean, last night there were more inspectors than Ragadan.
We'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
John wants to bring that up.
It was good.
We'll get there. Leave him with the suspense.
I will play a Inspiring Vantage.
Okay.
And attack for 2.
Ow.
Cool. Trigger.
I'm gonna respond to this.
Sure.
Just so that you don't hit my Triome. I'm gonna fetch for it. And then, yeah, that happens, but I'm just not about to get wrecked by that. So, yeah, so I'll take 3. I'll be at 17. Your trigger is pending.
Yep.
Is it?
Oh man, I actually thought it was on the top.
On 3 fairy. Give you just 1 3 fairy.
That'd be pretty good.
And
Hold on.
hold
Whoa. Whoa.
Oh,
1.
It really is the new prime time.
Yeah.
I could have sworn it was 6.
6 would have been hella convenient with this right here.
What a shock! So I'm going to take this opportunity to
Pass and do nothing.
That was a thought. But because these do have a hoop to jump through, I'm going to Spectacle Skewer the Critics, targeting you.
Ow.
And do it again.
Okay. Take another 6.
And pass the turn.
Alright. It's less than desirable. You have how many cards in hand?
3.
3, huh? Alright, I'm going to play a Mysticate and I'm going to pass.
Okay. I will untap, upkeep, draw for turn. Play a Sun-Baked Canyon.
Yep.
And go to combat.
Yep.
Declare an attack.
Okay, no box.
Cool.
Take 2.
Trigger, take 2.
What am I at now, John?
You are at 10.
Okay. That does not a lot of life.
Yeah, it's half your life.
Yup.
And I think with what I've got in hand, I'm going to just end the turn.
Okay. Tap. Draw. I'm gonna play land and just pass.
End of your turn, I will crack a Sunbaked
Seems
to
good.
draw a card.
Yep.
Untap, upkeep, draw for turn. I will play an Inspiring Vantage.
Yep.
Cards in hand?
7. Cool. All of them.
All the cards. I will try to play a Swiss Spear.
Okay.
Go to start of combat.
We can move to beginning of combat prior to declaring attackers.
Yep.
I'm gonna steal your Swiss Spear.
Sounds good.
Okay.
I'm going to bolt my Swiss Spear.
Okay.
Attack for 2.
Ouch. Down to 8. Another land.
I am going to...
Purchasing a cat today?
I'm going to purchase a cat.
Wow, for only 2 treasures? that does sound about like the price of an animal.
Is that the direct-to-TV sequel that We Bought a Zoo?
Yeah, I'll use it with the Sacred Foundry and 2 treasures.
Yeah,
So.
seems good.
Perfect, and I'm past the turn.
Okay. Alright. We're gonna take the opportunity while Scott's tapped out to cast our 1 sideboard card that I put in here that no one else wanted me to have. So I'm gonna gain 6 life and get 3 soldiers. I think I saw some
like
over
a good
here.
one.
That's a human. That's Aaron Barrett soldiers. Cool.
Yay!
Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and pass.
So what does that boost you back up to?
Yeah, what am I at now?
Went from 8 to 14.
Cool,
Sounds good.
cool.
Untap, upkeep, draw for turn. Not the best, but... So, Monkey's now going to have a hard time attacking,
It sure is.
but hopefully we can do something about that. I will play a Sacred Foundry and pay 2 life.
Okay.
I will tap 3 for Aluris.
Okay.
I will tap 1 to bring back the only
The Swiss Spear?
legal target is the Swiss Spear.
Yep.
I will burn a treasure to Lava Spike you
Okay. Go to 11.
and swing for 4.
So, I think I can just double jump here, to be honest. I think that might be fine. Or maybe I want to just, if I take 2, I go to 9. You have 1 card in hand. And then I can plan to do that, which is probably fine. So, maybe I need that to do something else instead. Alternatively, I could triple block this Swift Spear, but that seems horrendous. So, I think I'm gonna just double. I'm gonna trade and jump. That's what I'm gonna do.
Perfect.
Just keep that life total high.
All right. I have no other plays. Pass the turn.
Tap. Draw. That's less than desirable, but okay. I think what I want to do here is just make Scott invest more mana. So I'm gonna play a Teferi. I'm gonna bounce this Luris.
Okay.
Draw a card. I'll then play a Colonnade, and I will pass.
Sounds good.
Just gonna force Scott to do some things.
I don't want to do things. Untap, upkeep, draw. I will play an Arid Mesa. I will crack said Arid Mesa and just grab a mountain.
Yep. This is all fine. I'm not worried at all. So you have Luris +1, correct?
Correct.
Okay. So we can see Luris and Monkey happening this turn, or maybe Scott drew something cooler. I have no idea.
So definitely going to be recasting the Luris.
Seems good.
Trying to keep the pressure up, I am going to dash the Ragavan.
Okay.
Can you dash from graveyard?
You can.
I think you can, yeah.
You can.
Okay.
I'm then going to cast a Mishra's Bauble, targeting the prowess.
Yep.
I will bobble you.
All right.
Sounds good. So now here's the question. In how many cards do you have in hand?
5.
5. So, and you're at 12, correct?
11.
11. So I would. It's either do I swing both at Teferi or both at him. I think my excluding interaction with that 1 open mana, I have to expect him to chump Ragavan with his 1/1, and then the Swift Spear gets through. So then it comes down to, is it more important to get the Teferi off of the board or to try and get him to 9? Realistically, how this game is, the upside of getting him to 9 is, of course, it's a multiple of 3. The problem is that with Teferi on the board, I have very little recourse for instant speed interaction, which can be very necessary with him running things like Solitude. Mm-hmm. So I think that...
Wonder if I have a Solitude on top.
No!
Oh, okay. Like, that would be sweet.
No! Crazy. So I'd like to get him to 9, but I think because this game is dragging, and I can only expect that it will continue, given that he's got 5 going to 6 cards in hand,
yep.
That I think I just need to get the Teferi off the board first so that I can keep playing on my terms.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm going to swing both at Teferi.
No blocks. Just going to let that happen. I'm going to keep this around. It doesn't really do anything since he can just recast it, so... Yep.
All right, and then I'll go to end of turn and draw on your upkeep.
And dash.
Yep, sorry, this dash is back.
Untap, upkeep, you draw.
Perfect.
Solitude. Oh, it's not Solitude. Okay. Well, that's interesting. Because we do have an untapped land. I'm at 11, correct?
Uh-huh.
So...
You got a lot of
that
life to play with.
might be how I win this game.
You got a lot of life to play with.
Am I gonna do it? Do you dare me? Do you dare me to play the 6-mana enchantment?
I mean, like, it as a 4/4 is equally good, and even if this gets dashed, I can then just block the Ragavan here, then I can do this. So, okay, let me do something here real quick. If I cast that card and I do that, we see the Bobble coming back, the Monkey dashed, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 power of attackers. I'm at 11. I'll probably end up taking 5 of that, drop to 6, which means that if his last 2 cards are both burn spells, I would lose the game. Yeah, I don't think I can be okay with that, to be honest. So I think instead what I need to do is put down another Teferi that Scott's going to be pleased with and bounce this Luris once again.
No.
And then just pass the turn.
Okay. Untap, upkeep, draw for turn. Can't have nice things. Alright. So let's play an Arid Mesa, crack the Arid Mesa.
Yep. Going to 12.
And I'm going to 13.
Or, sorry, yeah, 13. Sorry. My bad. I looked up and saw 14, subtracted 1, and got to 12. So just disregard. Disregard that. Alright.
Not
what
that
else?
we're like a sports channel or whatever, but like, how you feel about the Vikings this year?
I don't want to talk about it.
Okay.
It's only one weekend.
Scott, how do you feel about the Broncos this year?
I mean, we'll see how today's game... Actually, it's...
Tomorrow, yeah?
It's tomorrow.
Oh, wait. Man, I'm bad with days.
Time's weird
Like,
now.
week 1 went great, but also it was 5 and 11 teams mashing into each other. I think Teddy Bridgewater looked really good.
You're welcome.
Cough. He's... I think he's good, and I really like Lockie as a second. Hopefully he decides to hang around with us in case anything happens to Bridgewater or other changes.
Don't you put that on my boy. Alright, how are you going to mess me up this turn?
I'm going to do the only thing that I can do and just keep running Luris into the fold and try and cast him again.
Finally found one.
Okay, you got it.
Alright, so we dealt with that problem.
Took that cat through right in the trash.
So I think right here, there's no point in me dashing the Ragavan because it's just going to get chumped.
Or traded with, yeah.
Yeah, sorry, traded with. So I'm going to just cast it for 1.
Okay.
And I think I'm just going to swing into the Teferi for 1.
I'll block.
Cool. Cards in hand?
4.
4. And you're at 11?
Sure am.
I will go to end the turn.
Okay. Upkeep. Draw. Oh. That's pretty tight.
No.
Alright.
No.
I'm going to play land. I'm going to plus this, and I'm going to pass.
Perfectly defenseless.
I obviously have nothing.
Nothing to
Don't
do.
worry about it.
Upkeep, draw for turn.
Yep.
So clearly having no plays.
Yeah, just really unfortunate. All those mana, nothing to do.
Nothing to do.
Colonnade.
Nothing to
colonnade.
do. Nothing to do.
I will be honest, my plan is not to activate Colonnade this turn. I just wanted to let you know it was there. I'm not trying to pull the like sick bluff of like, alright, I guess I'll block with this to make Scott attack and then ruin his day.
So I think at this point I just have to do everything that I can to try and cross this finish line and accept that I am going to, if I cross, it will be very badly broken, bruised, and just
Not great.
war-torn.
All right.
I'll have that 1,000-mile stare. So we're going to start off by bolting you with a prowess trigger.
Bolting me with a prowess trigger? Okay. I guess I will take 3 and I will go to 8.
Cool. I will then tap 2 and skullcrack you with a prowess trigger.
I'm going to respond to that one. And
Sure.
I'm going to cast the Timely Reinforcements.
And I don't see me coming out of this. That's 12 life now? You
Yeah,
think?
that would be 12 life.
Yeah. That's really the game. I'm on a 1-for-1 basis here with him still in double digits. I know he's got the Colonnade. He's got the Typhoon in hand.
Yeah.
I don't have access to the Lurrus. I have drawn. Let's see.
Only 1 Boros Charm, but still.
Yeah.
So the bolt put me down to what?
You had an 8.
Put me down to
Then you're
8,
gonna
yeah,
go
and then the Timely back up to 14.
14.
Okay, yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Skullcrack will put you to 11. Yeah.
So right where
Correct.
we started the turn,
Correct.
but with 3 creatures and another 2/2 if you really needed to.
Correct.
But hey, you got the 2 prowess triggers.
I got the 2 prowess triggers. Yeah, I think it's not worth
Yeah.
continuing on with this one.
Yep.
Um,
I agree. I think this one's effectively a wrap at that point.
What? So, even odds?
I'll stick with odds.
Alright.
I'll get there eventually.
Like
Yeah, I got there eventually. I'll be on the
I
play.
hate you, John.
Freya, what do you have going on?
Dredge.
Have you played that before?
Several times. It's one of my
more than-
favorite decks.
Like more than 3?
Yeah.
I think Freya's played that 3+ times on the channel, so probably.
All right. Well, this is a mull, unfortunately, just as the 1 land hand with no threats.
Yeah, I will keep this one. Like, mana in Dredge now is going to be a little spooky because we're just shoving 5 colors in here and hoping it works because of Faithful Mending.
Mm-hmm.
But, we have an instant speed Faithless looting now, so
Yeah.
it's excellent.
Do you want to talk about that? What else
Yeah.
new to Dredge? What's going on?
So it's mostly just Faithful Mending. It's blue and a white, instant speed, gain 2 life, draw 2, then discard 2. So it's a 1 mana extra, gaining some life, and it also has flashback and instant. So like, yeah, doesn't completely replace Faithless Looting because that turn 1 is really powerful, but oh no, Scott.
Well, a 1 land seemed bad, so I guess I have to assume that a no land is worse.
Yeah. Yeah,
Fred,
just
can you talk a bit more about Faithful Mending? In particular, I've heard people say that in Dredge specifically, discard draw is better than draw discard.
yes, 100%.
Okay, can you go a little bit of why?
Simply because you want your judges in the graveyard as soon as possible, and with 12, effectively 13 bricks between the Chills, Nox, Prize Amalgam, and the Ox of Agonis, you don't want those things in your hand. But still being able to chunk through your deck and it having flashback kind of makes up for the draw and discard.
Okay.
Just,
Sorry, I interrupted.
Just a little.
I interrupted you earlier. What were you going to say?
I have no idea. Thank you.
Dang.
Probably that Freya's about to smoke this mulligan to 5.
I mean, well, you know, when you go from a 1 land to a no land, and then you get a lot of land, you'd be foolish to put it away.
Sounds like she's about to smoke a mulligan to 4.
I mean, I think this is going to be a deck tech in getting murdered, but I just don't think I can go to 4. Like, just the card disadvantage of that is so bad. But I think I have to, because I know this will lose.
Woohoo! Welcome to the show.
So it's 5 land, Searing Blaze, Skewer. That is not, like, that ain't going anywhere.
Alright, so if you had to just, like, handpick 4 cards out of your deck to be your forehand, like, what would you want it to be?
Is there a 0-mana red draw 3? Anyone?
Bobble's kind of close.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll keep this. So, 1, 2. 3, 4. Alright, put you on the bottom.
Let's do it.
Alright. I will play a Sunbaked and play my DRC and go down to 19.
Right, draw. Oh, we are. Yep. Pass.
Alright, untap, upkeep, draw. Crack a Bloodstain, go to 18.
Yes, sir.
Have a Sacred, go to 16. Tap a red for a Monastery Swiss Bear.
Yep.
Go to 15 for another DRC, and I am hellbent. Swing for 2.
Yep. And I'm gonna go to 17.
Alright.
And I too will get a Sacred Foundry.
That is a lot of distance to cover.
I know we didn't get the answer to that question, but we might see it right now. That
Well,
might be like the most ideal 4 that Scott could have asked for.
2 land,
Yeah.
2 DRC, top deck the Monastery Swiss Bear, and now I just need...
Yeah, if he just rips like Lightning Bolt into like Boros Charm, like this might be a game. Granted, we don't know what Frey's about to do to mess
Yeah.
Please don't conflict rate me. No.
Well. No, I have a break. I'm gonna fetch Shock.
Uh-oh.
Oh, flex.
Oh no.
I mean,
Clearly not afraid.
So, like, I have to, because we're playing 5 colors. I want to be able to set up an easy Faithful Mending, and I want to be able to get green for Life from the Low. And, like, playing any shock line that's not red is incorrect in Dredge. Like, you want to be able to cast Cathartic Reunion off of every land in the deck. And speaking of,
Oh no.
we're gonna pitch this Imp and this Thug.
Oh no.
So, Imp first. Imp.
Oh, I'm so dead.
Yes, you are. I am sorry, Scott.
Hey,
And
mulligans
Thug.
to 4 aren't pretty for anyone.
So, we got some triggers. 1 Knock Amoeba and 1 Creeping Chill. So I'm gonna gain 3 life and Scott's gonna lose 3.
Yeah.
And these 2 amalgams will see Knock Amoeba into the battlefield and proceed to my end step.
Yep.
And pass.
Alright.
Yep.
No, this
Get Dredge by Freya. Like, welcome to the channel.
Alright. And
please enjoy your stay.
Did we do it? Did we get there?
gotta land.
Alright.
Emergency crack the Sunbaked. Nope. You know what? It'll be a fun showing of Dredge. I'll swing in for 3 and
I'll
dive
block one of
awkwardly.
these things.
Yep, you got it. Pass turn.
Untap, upkeep. I will Dredge full. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, so luckily for Scott, I don't have much else going on, but the 2 prize amalgams present decent blockers. He's not. I am still a little scared of him just killing us. You know, I probably shouldn't be, but we're just gonna Life from the Loam, a Forgotten Cave, a Mana Confluence, and a Bloodstained Maya, and we're gonna play the Confluence.
Woolsies.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I need to.
Too many riches.
Yes, too many riches. We're gonna proceed to instepping the cleanup.
Yep.
Gonna pitch this and this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And
Doesn't have
pass.
anything going on. Proceeds to discard Oxymagonic.
Yeah. I think I think we buried the lead a bit there.
I couldn't cast it that turn.
Fair.
All right. Come on, Deck.
All right, Scott, just rip perfects. It's
Come
fine.
on. Yeah.
Oh,
Scott, what do you have for types in your yard now?
Creature and land.
Wow.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. What's my life?
12.
And what's your life?
Freya's at
15.
I think we can comfortably go to game 2.
Okay.
Yeah,
Because my other card was also land.
Alright, so what I've done is I've just trimmed, like Dredge always does, just trim some of the weaker cards. And, like, it might be crazy cutting cards that say gain life against Bun, but this is a beautiful card that was fully intended for this matchup.
Yep.
And Faithful Mending is the weakest of our draw spells because it's draw then discard.
Mm-hmm.
And just like, meh, whatever. For some removal, enchantment, hate, and Sanctifying Infect is a bitch of a card. So, Faithfully Absent is either red or black that we have access to.
Yep.
So, yeah.
Yeah, and on my side, I'm bringing in the Soul Guide Lanterns and the Sanctifiers. I mean, I hope I don't have to mulligan to 4
Yeah.
to find them. That would be nice.
Yeah.
But definitely those are my best fighting cards. Taking out the Skewers just because they are my weakest burn spell. Taking out 2 of if I had more things that I think would be beneficial, I might bring out in more things and take out the Ragavans. The problem with the Ragavan is that it just gets stone cold blocked by everything. The number of free creatures you have.
Yeah.
That can just trade with him. And realistically, your deck is another deck that Ragavan stealing something is of no use. Like,
Yeah,
what
there's
do you have
little
that
to
I
no
can
use.
Right,
Like,
the best thing I can get out of a Ragavan steal is if I exile your Knot of the Bone. Just so you can't have it.
yeah.
No one gets
Like-
that toy.
Like,
All right, who's on the play for?
I am. I was quite... Thank you.
Sorry.
Who am I looking for?
like
what
there
happened there?
could be argument where like Cathartic Union is okay if you like flooding or
Yeah.
drilling discovery and such. Just like hard filtering is good.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, Megavan on a whole.
I have to say, just as a quick aside that is off topic, I do appreciate that we all have the collective effort mats out here just flexing hard. Daniel, if you hear this, show up. Get your mat out here. We need the Is It mat. We need to show them all off.
I would have been remiss if, I got this wonderful... and I... Not here to... By nothing ever, and John will agree that I said this, these are really well-made mats.
Yeah,
Like,
agreed.
Yeah,
they've got the seam and everything. Look
And
at
if you would like one of these playmats, you can get your own copy at Inked Gaming. Enter the code, please
not
give us a
sponsored.
code, Inked Gaming, for 0% off your next order.
Please sponsor this video.
Or you can enter the code, please give collective effort a discount code, please. The second please is very important. Yeah. Alright, let's see how this goes.
All right. I will be on the play, and,
Alright.
yeah.
good luck. It
You
did
too,
not
good
turn,
luck.
It did not turn out so well for you last time. Would you like to switch it up a bit?
I think last time I forgot to ask for lands and spells. I didn't ask for anything, so the deck thought, okay, here's cards.
I have to say, I missed having Freya around to just talk massive shit.
Knowing what I'm going up against, this is a good combination of lands and spells, but it doesn't do anything. Like, it's got some burn, but it doesn't interact with his board or his plan, and I know how fast we can just go off. So I think I'm in a place where even on the play with burn, I have to mull aggressively.
Was it 3 creeping chills? That's a mull to 4.
Yeah,
So,
I saw your hand, Freya, and was like, that's 3 free lightning helixes, but also somehow 0 free lightning helixes.
It's like, that's a mull to 4, so a 6 should be better.
Alright.
Alright, big bucks, no whammies.
Maybe?
Come on! And...
Boy, you were not kidding about this mana base.
Yeah.
I'm just like...
Like, the mana base could be wrong. I'm notoriously ass at deck building. But,
No, but like, I get all of it.
I'm gonna try it.
I'm winning mull as well.
Okay.
Like, I was just one Dredge card. If I had one Dredger, that would have been a keep.
Scott,
So.
did you put like a skull crack or something at the bottom, right? Because life gain doesn't matter?
Yeah,
no.
it's amazing anyways, like...
Yeah, well, there was that Soul Guy play turn. I mean, it doesn't do damage.
Yeah.
You're right. 1 minute,
It's-
do nothing. Come on.
Yeah.
It's only good with, what's it called? Swift Spear.
Exactly,
And
if I
even
don't
then
get the
it's-
prowess.
Yeah, even then it's mediocre.
100% agree.
Right,
What?
I noticed the card in your sideboard, and I would like to talk to you about it later.
Uh-oh. Are you in trouble with
Um,
John?
No, not trouble with me. I'm just like looking at this matchup and thinking like, huh.
Alright.
We'll figure it
I'm
out.
confused. But... I went over that.
Oh,
It's
never
the
mind.
weakest of... Yeah.
Alright,
like-
I guess I'll just watch the video at youtube.com/collected effort.
We'll pitch
Look,
those
I
to the
love
bottom and I
working.
am
So you
all
can't
go.
pitch
I'm
the
gonna
current
put this one
video
on the
in
bottom.
current video.
See, Freya, this is the thing. I know you're on a mull to 5, but I know your deck can be like, 20
no,
in the yard.
Yeah,
This-
don't apologize.
Yeah.
This deck is one of the best decks at mauling because it doesn't take much. Like, with imps effectively drawing 5 cards, it's like, fuck, I don't care. I'll go to 3.
Yeah. Alright, we are going to start with a Sunbaked, take a Pain, cast a Ragavan,
Yep.
and pass the turn, and hope I don't die.
Frey's not gonna make a blocker, right?
No.
No!
Pass and... Well, actually, Blessing Maya, and I think I'll pass.
Okay, I'm going to untap, upkeep, draw for turn. That was pretty good to help me dig. I'm going to play a Bloodstained Mire as well.
Twinning.
What'd you say?
Twinning.
It's a
We're
twin.
both playing
Yeah.
Bloodstained
Oh.
Mire.
Both playing the expensive Black-Red Fetchlands.
Sorry,
Yeah.
every time I hear the word twin out of Michael's mouth, I'm expecting like a monologue.
I'll
Oh,
attack.
Michael's grabbing the mic.
Yeah.
He's got something to say.
I'll take 2, and as Michael's... Oh, that one's... That's
Okay, that's a hit.
Yeah,
Just on
that's a
the.
good... That's good.
All right. Well, on the off chance I find a Sanctifier, this has to find white. So let's get.
Yeah, as Michael
might have
just
some.
shows us what he hopes.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
Alright, Scott goes to 16.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
fetch shocking. I will. With 16, I will then go to 15 to play a Dragon Rage Channeler.
Yep.
I will then play another Dragon Rage Channeler.
Yep.
I will then play a Mishra's Bauble and get 2 triggers.
Yes, sir.
Trigger 1.
Ragavan's tapped, right?
Yes, it is. I tap. Trigger 1.
I mean, yeah.
Graveyard.
Is this the other problem with erratating cards? Is Ragavan's gonna end up with like vigilance or something, and no one's gonna notice?
Trample.
Trigger 2. I'm gonna keep that on top.
Alright.
And resolves.
Yep.
Perfect.
Would you like to take a peek?
No, I'm good.
Alright. So, end of turn, I'll pass.
But after you're done shuffling.
Oh, fair enough. Fair enough.
Scott with the big optimizations.
I don't think which fetch line I get matters too much. Because there's no line destruction in Burn. And... Are you playing line destruction?
Main board Stone Rain.
Okay.
Wait, what?
Get blood moved.
And, like, I have the... mana confluence to compensate for whatever lack of color I might have. So we're just gonna get a tap stomping ground. Alright. Now would you like to take a peek after you cut?
Yes, I would like to see how my death may happen. I will take a peek. Womp womp.
Cool.
Okay.
Alright. Untap, upkeep, draw.
And I'm going to draw from the bubble.
Alright. I'll pay... Oh no, it did matter. Fuck. Whatever. This one.
Got it.
You gain life for that one?
Yes, I do. I gain 2 life.
Take 1, but gain 2, so you'll be at 8.
Yep.
Okay.
Pitch these 2. And draw 3.
Yep.
Alright. And pass.
Okay. I will untap, upkeep. I will bolt you to get 2 triggers.
Yep.
That on the stack. Don't need more land. And I will bin a Ragavan turning on the DRCs with land, artifact, instant creature.
Yep.
So bolt on the stack.
It resolves.
Okay. Then I will draw for turn. And I will take a pain to play a Monastery Swift Spear. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I will swing for 9.
9. Like, so I'm at 6.
And then Ragavan trigger.
Yep.
I'll go to 2.
Cool, baby.
All right. I'm not again. It's not the casting them. It's the denial. And then I'm done for.
Untap, upkeep, draw. This make things a little less painful for now, but yeah, I messed up. So, like, as I was saying, it doesn't really matter. I should have grabbed either Sacred Foundry or Steam Vince to be able to play this on 2.
Right.
And then this imp would have been in the yard. And, yeah.
Then the cycle just gets rolling. Yeah.
So, small, like, as I was saying it turns out it did actually matter.
Bummer.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Even up 1-1.
Yeah.
Alright, on to game 3.
Alright, I'll attempt to navigate this
I will
with
hope
no
for
changes.
I will also make no changes and hope for the turn 1 Soul Guide, because I think even a turn 2 Sanctifier is not fast enough.
So do you think, Freya, when looking at fetching your lands, what do you think should be the generic first land to be grabbed?
It's really difficult now, because it's like, yeah, like, I still like Stomping Ground simply because Life on the Loam is one of the most important cards to be able to guarantee all your proper land drops, but that is also really slow, and it is very contextual to your hands.
Fair.
Is there any thought of having the Savai Triumph, the one that does Mardu, just as a singleton?
maybe, but also like no, because it enters tapped with Godless, and when we're trying to go as fast as possible.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, like turn 1, like unless we have Shriek 1, like it doesn't matter.
Right.
So.
Because does the list run the neonates, or is it just the okay?
It does
okay, so
neonates.
so you do have a number of 1-drops that can be a negative.
Oh yeah, no, not neonate. I was thinking Nakamiba. Like that was the same as Nakamiba.
Oh.
Yeah.
Alright. As long as we can throw out... Oh, sorry. There you go again.
Oh no, 'cause I was just going to insult myself.
Don't do that.
Well, we'll skip that.
Yeah.
Insult someone.
Yeah.
As long as...
Moving on.
insult this suggestion I'm about to make. Alright,
Okay.
Are you ready for this?
He's
Yeah.
good at those.
Thought Scour.
I mean, sure.
Great.
Maybe.
Next
Because
level.
if you mill a dredger, then you get to dredge instead of drawing a card.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the reason I posed that question is because I was thinking, would Sacred Foundry be the like generic one because it casts the red-white spell, casts the blue-white spell, and casts the Cathartic Reunion?
I mean, all of the fetch lines are. All the fetchable lands are bad. I'm gonna all.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, but it casts both the off-colored ones,
Yeah.
right?
I mean, everything's off color now. So.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
I'm gonna keep this. For
Alright.
Alright, I got another episode of John Ass. So
Is
the
it
next
John
question-
Ass or John Asks?
Whatever.
I see no difference.
Would there ever like be merit to prioritizing casting your enablers and not like casting your dredgers?
Like
What if we had like the hypothetical like Bant or Jeskai Dredge?
Like, yeah, maybe. Like, black might get cut completely from the mana base just or a more consistent mana base.
Okay.
2, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I'll keep this.
I'm just happy Freya's back in playing
this
Dredge
is-
against the Sanctifier.
Yeah.
So those were some dark times, and I'm
Yeah.
glad we're back again.
Yeah, this, like, I don't think I could ask for one more perfect 10.
Uh-oh.
Maybe. Like, it's...
Okay.
Actually, no, like... Yeah, like, we'll keep the correct one.
Man, sure is polite for Scott to say like
Go.
I'm so dead, and Freya's just like, yeah.
Alright, well, I've got some slight maybe help. I'll play an Inspiring Vantage and a Soul Guide without a target to exile.
Oh,
Ha.
Pass turn.
well. End of second main.
Sounds good.
I will mill 2. Untap.
Yep.
Upkeep.
Yep.
Attempt to move to draw.
Yep.
Alright, Dreadful. Not exciting. Land. We'll fetch Shock. Into this. And we'll attempt to lock from the loam to 3 lands in my yard.
Yep. Resolves.
Alright. And pass.
Untap, upkeep, draw for turn.
It's civilized magic. Like, I didn't do anything broken.
Nothing's even happened yet. It's
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just played a card that let me add 3 lands. Lands don't do anything.
Yeah. It was a 1-mana artifact. I play Aether Vial all the time and nobody says anything.
They say things behind your back, John.
Yeah.
I'll play the Bloodstained Mire and pass the turn frame.
Alright, end of second round.
Yep. No whammies, no whammies, no whammies, no whammies. Oh.
Did she hit away me?
Yeah.
Those might be
Untap,
whammies.
upkeep, draw step.
Yep. You got it.
We'll Dredge 3.
Yep.
Alright. Bloodstained my fetch.
Yep. Shock?
Actually no.
Oh.
I'm gonna grab the singleton basic, and I'll attempt to cast Faithless Winning from my yard, taking a pain.
Yeah, resolves.
Alright, I'll gain 2. And I will dredge 3.
Yep.
And I will dredge 3 again.
Yes. Oh, right. Because it's
Yeah.
a draw 2. Yep.
And
No.
Creeping Chill will trigger.
Yep.
Alright.
What's it up?
This is after the creeping chills, 18 to 17.
Yeah.
Oh, that's after the.
Yep.
Would you like to respond to this?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's.
It's 15 to 20.
Okay. Yeah. Let's crack the bloodstained. I will fetch shock for a sacred foundry.
17.
And skullcrack.
Alright. Acceptable.
Gotcha. So we have 12 sets.
14. It still deals the damage.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. You're right.
And I'll pass.
Okay.
Sorry, in step. Clean up. We will just life alone.
I think I can say in the history of me playing Burn, I have never had that problem of having too many cards.
Have you ever gone to discard in your life, Scott?
I don't think I have. No, I did play. No, I played Esper Dragons. I'm sure it came up once or twice.
Obviously.
Oh, of course it did. You're ridiculous. I'll play a Sunbaked Canyon. I will dash a Ragavan
Yeah.
and attack for 2.
Yes, sir.
All right. Trigger.
Oh,
Okay.
that's a hit.
Okay.
That's
It's
interesting.
Boise.
all right.
That's a burn spell. What?
Would you like to cast it?
Nah. I'm good. All right. I'll go to end of turn and bounce the Ragavan.
End
Oh,
of
sorry.
second
Yeah,
main
end of
real
second.
quick.
main. Yep.
Shriek one.
Yep.
Another Creeping Chill.
You got it. This one does
Fine.
resolve. No
Well,
effect.
the last one.
Oh yeah,
resolved,
yeah, yeah.
but-
I just don't. I can't stop anything.
Alright.
Bounces.
Untap. Upkeep. Attempt to move to draw.
You got it.
3.
Mhm.
Another Creeping Chill.
Yeah, I got nothing.
Boy, it's cold in here.
I am going to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's 8 to 16 now, by the way.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We are going to and cast a Stinkweed down
Sure.
and pass.
End of you. Let me think. If That's fine. Untap, upkeep, draw for turn. Oh, that's the story of today.
Oh,
Land.
yep.
We will landfall, searing blaze you and the stinkweed.
Oh, it deals 2?
3.
3? Okay. That's unfortunate.
I will. Yeah, let's inspiring crack a treasure to dash a Ragavan, attack with the Ragavan.
Yep.
Trigger with the Ragavan. Get back the treasure.
It's just keep coming.
And they just keep coming.
Real.
And then go to main phase 2.
Yeah. I'm gonna fetch.
Okay.
And no shock.
9 to 8 now.
You used to be cool.
Yeah.
You used to fetch shock.
No.
Unless you have anything, I'm just gonna
I don't.
bounce this. Perfect.
Yeah. No 0-mana spells.
All right. And
No 0-mana spells from my hands. Let's be honest. Attempt to move to draw.
you're good.
Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Second main.
Yep.
I mean, main one. Yeah, that one.
Wow, we're just burning through.
You are at 8.
I think so. Yes.
Yep.
Al, life from the long.
Sure.
Target. These 3.
Sure.
Scott, I kill you. I have a conflagrate.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, would you like to change that course?
I mean, in all honesty, it's not going to matter.
Okay.
I just drew
Oh, that's
7 lands.
a shame.
Yeah. Yeah. That is the theme of today.
John.
All right, we're playing Mono White Hammer up against Scott's burn deck. Nothing really left to say except this is probably going to be the closest to 2 ships passing in the night. Game 1 and then Game 2. Probably going to come down to Scott's interaction.
Yeah, and I think I would say your advantage game 1 because a lot has to go right for me to have a turn 3 kill. A lot has to go right for you to have a turn 2 kill.
Yeah.
But I also do have Bolt.
All right.
So I can have some interaction.
All right. Even or odd, Scott?
Odd.
Okay.
Sticking with odds.
Nice.
The dreaded 8 again.
All right. So yeah, I think, like you're saying, this deck's like half a turn faster, and like maybe that's gonna matter. But if I don't draw any good cards, it might not. Nope.
I'll keep this.
Look, I've got like 10 podcast episodes lined up. Number 2 is going to be why the mana base in Mono White Hammer is horrid.
Yeah, it's really bad for a 1-color deck.
Yeah.
Right. Like, you would think, oh, you don't have to worry about anything. Just a lot of planes.
Nope, just 8 colorless lands and a bunch of pain lands, and brings a lot of pain.
Yeah. But it also gets you the idea of playing this and not running the full set of Urzas.
Yeah, you can't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, we'll do the thing.
All right.
What am I supposed to do? Guess that's pretty simple.
Good.
Good.
Untap upkeep for turn. Play your DRC.
Yep.
And pass the turn.
Sure. All right, that was an excellent draw.
Ooh.
Right. Memnite.
Yep.
Springless Drum.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna tap the Memnite to cast the hammer. Good.
Okay. Untap, upkeep, draw for turn. I'll play an Arid Mesa and pass the turn.
Okay.
I have a bad feeling I know who's coming. Someone's coming to dinner.
All right. Not loving taking damage early, but I think it's okay in this instance. We'll take a bane. Try to cast a Pure Steel Paladin.
Yeah. What's his life total?
19.
Yeah. I mean, it resolves.
Okay, great. I'm going to try to use Pure Steel Paladin's Metalcraft ability to put Colossal Hammer into a Memnite.
I'm going to die with dignity. Going to just grab a mountain, Searing Blaze you and the Memnite, and get a DRC trigger.
Okay, I'm going to respond. I'm going to tap Memnite with Springleaf Drum to float a white mana. Would you like to pay another mana so I don't draw a card?
No.
Okay.
You get your draw.
I'll draw a card.
I'll get my DRC trigger.
Was it good?
Well, I mean, it's burn, but it won't, kill a 10/10 Esper Sentinel.
That's true.
I mean, I have to keep it because it's something, but yep.
Okay. Midnight time.
Cool.
I'm going to use the floating white to cast the Giver Runes.
Yep.
Use the Melcraft ability to put it on an Esper Sentinel.
Yep.
We're going to attack for 11.
I'll take 11.
Okay.
I mean, I'm dead. I have 0 interaction for getting that off the board pregame.
Mm-hmm.
I have no interaction for the hammer, and I know what my top card. I have no interaction for the Giver to stop next turn from you being able to give the Esper protection.
Okay.
So, yep. Like we thought, pretty straightforward. You gum up a board very well on turn 0. So my ability to swing through reliably with my threats, I think, is minimal. That I think I just need to focus more on my targeted removal and throwing it upstairs.
Okay.
So, gonna give this a shot. And between the 3 creatures, I keep the DRCs in just because they're the one that flies.
Fair.
In the off chance I'm able to start swinging above.
So from my side, it's pretty straightforward. Colossus Hammer is a very big, very valuable egg, and we'd like to put it in a basket and carry it to Grandma's.
She is looking for eggs. She is looking for baskets filled with eggs.
I think the other thing that is maybe good for me is with Scott on the play taking out so many threats. Hammer doesn't really have to play the balancing game of trying to bring in interaction for like early cards and can just focus on
Protection.
Yeah, we can play the protection game and basically treat Scott as a Boros control deck, strangely enough, and then
Yeah.
we'll see what lines up.
Did you see what I put as the title?
I do.
It does say life total control, so...
If you would like to make any complaints, please direct them to our complaint department, which is at PesterMikeMTG on Twitter.
It'll be handled with the utmost care.
I will try being on the play this time and see what we get. I'm gonna keep this.
Yeah, me too.
Bloodstained Mire, pass.
Alright, land. Tap this for Springlace Drum. Play a couple Midnights, and it's back to you.
Cool. End of turn, I'll crack this for a tapped Sacred Foundry. Yep. Untap, upkeep, draw for turn. I will play a Bloodstained Mire, play a Bubble.
Sure.
I will bubble you.
Okay. Is it good?
It's pretty good.
Alright, and for the rest of the class, is it on camera?
Yeah, we caught a glimpse.
Great.
And I'll pass the turn.
Alright. Oh, nice.
Right?
Bobble drone, Scott.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sorry. Alright, we'll go to combat.
Yes.
I'll attack for 2.
I'll take 2.
Damage.
Take 2.
I guess now we'll play Sanctifier.
Yeah. That's
And go ahead.
end of your turn. I will crack the Bloodstained Mire. Grab a Mountain.
What does Sanctifier have protection from?
It has protection from black and red.
Red?
And yep, and anything that tries black or red that tries to eat enters the graveyard just gets exiled. At the end of your turn, I am going to Searing Blaze you and Midnight.
Okay.
Exile. Right. Untap. Upkeep. Draw. I'm going to play a DRC.
Uh-huh.
Actually, no, I can't do.
It's okay, I didn't even see what you were going to play.
Can I? No, I can't.
Okay.
Yep. Just pass turn.
Alright. Sure. That's not bad. We'll attack for 3.
Take 3.
Damage.
Yep.
Alright. We're going to put Loris in our hand.
Sure.
And be back to you.
At the end of your turn, I'm going to smash your Spring Knife.
Yeah. I'll go 14.
Okay. Untap, upkeep. Yep, pick that up. Draw for turn. What's my life total on that?
You have 13.
Neither
13 to
14. Okay. I'll go crack a bloodstain to go to 12. I will play a Dragon Rage Channeler, and then Prismatic ending the Sanctifier.
Yep.
And trigger on the DRC. I'll keep that on top.
Okay.
And pass the turn.
What do you have for types now, Scott?
I have Sorcery, Land, Artifact.
Thank you.
Well, I guess we'll play the Urza Saga. Scott's starting to turn the corner. I guess he found the land that he needed to finally do multiple things in a turn. I think our best plan now is just try to present a lot of things all at once and try to get Scott to use all his cards. So we'll play a... Maybe we don't want to do that yet. We'll play Stoneforge. Don't want to wait on Urza's Saga to get Shadow Spear, so we'll get Shadow Spear now. There you go. And we'll just get in for one.
No blocks, I'll just take the one.
Sure. If Scott has another Shadow Spear or another Smash, I think we're okay with that happening because we'll be able to get it back with the Luris. So we'll play out the Shadow Spear and we'll take him.
Okay. Untap, upkeep, draw for turn. So I've got Sorcery, Land, Artifact.
Conspicuously missing an instant.
Yarp. You mean these? I think I am going to take the. I feel like this is definitely I need to try my best to close this now. I'm going to tap 2 to smash the Shadow Spear with the DRC trigger. Do not want to land. That turns DRC on. And I'll attack for 3.
Yep.
Okay. And that's the turn.
Right. Draw. So go to 2. Immediate change of plans now. I'll play a Sanctifier trigger.
Yep, so just the one.
Yep.
Just enough.
And we're gonna send him for 2.
No blocks, I'll take 2.
Okay. Kind of want to try to get Scott to use cards on things that are not Sanctifiers, so rather than make the beater, which I think is going to be a little small, we'll cast a Luris.
Yep.
And then we'll cast a Memknife on Graveyard.
Sounds good.
And it's back to you.
End of your turn, I'm going to Path the Luris with the DRC trigger.
Check.
Do not want land. And I have Delirium.
Okay. Go ahead.
Untap, upkeep, draw for turn. Is it 8? Swing for 3.
He's at 8. I'm at 8. Go ahead.
My God.
Yeah, I'll go to 5.
spike you, and then smash him at night.
Sure.
All right, Scott. You're fighting.
All I gotta do is draw every smash and interaction.
Yeah.
Also worth noting that he had the exact combination of cards to get Delirium through Sanctifier.
Yeah.
That was pretty sick.
One Prismatic Ending and one.
Yeah.
The only ones that in the entire deck that will do it.
Yeah, pretty not bad. Just draw perfect again. See, I told you, you just draw better, right?
Yeah. I guess it finally stuck now.
Yeah. Well, I guess we get to find out in a game 3.
Yep.
Alright, good luck, Scott.
Good luck, John.
So, how long have you two been playing Magic with each other?
Oh my god. I think it's been a decade.
Yeah, so let's see. 0809 was year 1, 0910 was year 2, so I would have met you in fall of 10.
Wow.
And I
What
was
a
like-
time it's been.
And I was like, what are those guys playing? What's a man-eater bug? That's right.
Yep.
It was Yu-Gi-Oh!
Alright, we'll keep.
Yeah, I'll give this a shot.
Alright. We'll play Plains, play Cigar Desire.
Oh, that's dangerous.
Play Nim Night. Good.
Okay. That drastically changes everything.
That was
Mountain,
fast.
go.
Alright.
Anytime he turn 1 Sigarda's Aid,
Deck.
no blocks.
Hammer.
Try to bolt the Mem Knight.
Hammer.
Oh god! It wouldn't be this if it wasn't the turn 2 through the disruption on camera.
Wow.
Yeah. As the kids say, sometimes it do be like that.
That was awesome, man.
Scott, thank you for coming on the show, being a good sport.
You know what? It was fun. I'm glad that I brought my backpack, so I have a bag to carry out all my shattered teeth.
Oh,
So-
yeah, in case you were worried, I had a follow-up plan. I didn't.
You are so lucky it wasn't turn 1 path.
Yep.
Oh,
The opposite of still had all these.
okay. Yeah, I kept it. So I top decked a second DRC, but it was like Skewer, DRC, Skullcrack, Bolt. I was like, okay, I've got one interactive spell. Surely that will do the trick.
Yep.
Never again is Scott gonna let his opponent untap before casting that lightning bolt.
Oh.
So that'll do it for us at Collective Effort. Want to thank Scott again
Hey.
for coming on. If you're interested in seeing some burn, follow him at tasty__corn on Twitter. And if he gets some followers, maybe he'll post something.
Maybe. We'll see.